Hey guys, you know, one of the things that's overlooked whenever somebody's talking about a company that you should be working with is really service. Everyone's always talking about rates, everyone's always talking about products, but do we really talk about service? Well, my friends over at Oak Tree, they really do run a family operation there. Everybody's working on site, everybody works together, and all their account reps, they're seasoned. They've been around for a long time. You want to work with a company that's going to offer you great service that really believes in the products that they're talking about, especially in the non-QM space, where there is so many variables, more so than your agency loans. You want to talk with the guys and gals over at Oak Tree. They're fantastic to work with, and their service is great. All you have to do is click this banner right over there to get in touch with them right now. They are literally waiting for you to give them a buzz to make your career look a little bit better for the rest of 2022 and beyond. Have you ever seen that movie, A Perfect Storm? You know, the weather, it starts to change, the water gets a little bit more turbulent, but the captain and his crew have been in storms before, so even as conditions deteriorated and fast, their confidence didn't waver at all, did it? Well, then the weather got worse, and worse, and yes, worse. And only after it was too late, they decided to try to change the course and change their strategy. And we know how that movie ended, don't we? And it's a true story. They succumbed to what became known as the perfect storm. Now, I don't mean to be the sky's falling henny penny here, guys, but I'm kind of thinking the first Fed rate hike since 2018 that happened this last Wednesday was the strong wind equivalent hailing the pending storm ahead of the mortgage market. Now, you and your crew have seen raising rate markets before. You've been here, so I'm sure confidence in your course is very strong. We need to ask ourselves, is this wind the first salvo in a larger storm to come? Now, let's think about this, guys. COVID. With new variants cropping up all over Europe right now and even China. Will we be back in masks and lockdown this summer? I don't know. What the hell is going to happen with Ukraine and Russia? I have no idea, but I know it's not good and it's spawning unrest, isn't it? And of course, our government is spending money like a 14-year-old kid at GameStop with mom's credit card. I really want to ask myself, is this the perfect storm that we're going into? And again, I don't know. But here's how it appears to me. The Fed seems to be freaking out right now, panicking. After keeping its benchmark interest rate anchored near zero or below since the beginning of the COVID pandemic, the policy-making Fed open market, the FOMC, that committee said they just raised rates by a quarter basis point. Now, prior to Wednesday, when the United States raised our benchmark to a quarter, this is a graph of countries that have their central bank benchmark set at zero or below. Guys, I'm not joking. This is an actual map, okay? The countries with benchmarks at or below zero prior to last Wednesday are the countries colored in blue. Guys, did you know that there's 226 countries with rates at or below zero right now? I didn't even know there were that many countries in the world. So every country in the world but the United States is not paying a return or is charging money for you to park your fortunes with them. Everybody but the United States. In short, our Fed board, our FOMC, has a policy that the rest of the world seems to disagree with. Now, here's the real kicker. It's not that they raised rates by 0.25%. It's what their long-term objectives are. Along with the rate hikes, the committee also penciled in increases at each of its 6 remaining meetings this year, pointing to a consensus funds rate of 1.9% by year's end. That is a full percentage point higher than indicated last December. Now, we have 6 more hikes in our future, and it's already cast. It's already set in stone, guys. This is amazing to me and frankly shows how little I know about international monetary policies. Well, it turns out me and the rest of the world. At a time of uncertainty, unrest, a slowdown in production, with shipping channels compromised, a pandemic and possible shutdowns on the table, and God knows what else, you'd think we'd keep rates and borrowing money easy and cheap to get us through these hard times. Who knows? Maybe a zero negative benchmark has run its course, served its purpose, and it's time to move on. Inflation is playing the part of a jilted lover with a couple of revolvers right now, so perhaps the Fed is right. But as a loan officer, an agent, a buyer, a seller, or somebody occupying space in our beloved industry, just be prepared for rates to go up and all the glorious intended and frightful unintended consequences that accompany what appears to be our industry's perfect storm.